They don't have touchscreens. They don't park themselves. But these old school legends will outlive half the cars in your neighborhood. From bulletproof Toyotas to unstoppable Hondas, these are the 10 cars from the 2000s that just last forever. Number 10, Toyota Corolla, 2003 to 2008. If there's one car that defines the word forever, it's this one. The 9th generation Toyota Corolla, built from 2003 to 2008, didn't just earn a reputation for reliability, it cemented it in stone. During this era, Toyota was at its engineering peak. The 1.8-liter 1ZZ inline-4 under the hood wasn't designed for excitement, it was designed to outlive its owners. Producing a modest 130 horsepower, it ran smoother than most engines twice its size and could easily surpass 300,000 miles with nothing more than basic maintenance. What made this generation special wasn't power, it was precision. Toyota's manufacturing tolerances were so strict they borrowed panel gap standards from Lexus, meaning the doors and hood lined up with surgical perfection. Every part fit together so cleanly that fewer vibrations meant less wear, and less wear meant a longer life. Inside, the Corolla was simple: cloth seats, straightforward controls, and materials that somehow refused to fade even after 20 summers. And while it wasn't glamorous, it was consistent, a trait most modern cars can only dream about. Owners routinely report over 250,000 miles with the original transmission, and the few problems that did arise, like minor oil consumption on early models, were so rare that Toyota issued extended warranties to cover them. Number 9, Honda Civic, 2006 to 2011. Some cars are known for speed, others for style. The 8th generation Honda Civic, built from 2006 to 2011, became famous for something much harder to achieve: longevity. When it debuted, this Civic looked like it came from the future. Sleek dash, spaceship-style speedometer, and a body that cut through the air like a paper plane. But under all that design flair was a heart built for endurance: the 1.8-liter VTEC 4-cylinder engine. It produced around 140 horsepower, barely made a fuss, and could run for decades if you remembered to change the oil once in a while. And it's not just talk. According to J.D. Power, the 2009 Civic scored an 83 out of 100 for quality and reliability, one of the highest in its class. RepairPal ranked it number 3 out of 36 compact cars, and Honda as a brand still holds the number 1 spot for reliability overall. The best part, even after 250,000 miles, many Civics still idle quietly, shift smoothly, and deliver 30 miles per gallon combined without burning a drop of oil. Maintenance costs average about $368 per year, and parts are so cheap that even neglect can't get them to quit. Number 8, Toyota Camry, 2001 to 2006. If reliability had a poster child, it would probably wear a beige paint job and a Toyota badge. The 5th generation Camry, built from 2001 to 2006, didn't just move people, it moved Toyota's reputation into legend. This generation offered 2 engine options: the 2.4-liter 4-cylinder and the 3.0-liter V6, both so over-engineered they might as well have been powered by stubbornness. Owners joked that the only way to stop a Camry was to forget where you parked it. The 2.4-liter 2AZ engine could easily run 300,000 miles with regular oil changes, while the V6 added quiet confidence, strong, smooth, and still cheaper to maintain than most compact cars today. Toyota didn't reinvent the wheel here, they just refined it. The build quality, suspension comfort, and interior fitment all hit a level of precision that turned the Camry from a commuter car into a benchmark for dependability. In fact, RepairPal rates the 2002 to 2006 Camry 4 out of 5 for reliability, and even 20 years later, you'll still see them gliding silently down highways with original drivetrains intact. The only year worth skipping? 2005, which had a crankshaft pulley recall affecting around 400,000 units, easily fixed but often forgotten. Everywhere else, it's pure predictability. No surprises, no drama. Just a car that quietly clocks miles, while its owners brag about never having to call a mechanic. Number 7, Hyundai Sonata, 2007. In the early 2000s, if you told someone a Hyundai could last 300,000 miles, they'd probably laugh. But by 2007, that joke was officially over. This was the year Hyundai went from being the cheap alternative to the smart choice, and the 2007 Sonata proved it. At launch, it started around $17,000, yet came loaded with features most rivals charged extra for: power windows, side curtain airbags, keyless entry, and a surprisingly solid audio system. Under the hood sat 2 options: a 2.4-liter four-cylinder with 162 horsepower that sipped fuel at 24 miles per gallon city and 34 miles per gallon highway, or a 3.3-liter V6 producing 234 horsepower, smooth as silk but tough as nails. Neither engine was flashy, but both were shockingly durable. According to J.D. Power, the 2007 Sonata earned an 83 out of 100 for reliability, and even today, owner reviews on Edmunds and Kelley Blue Book still average above 4.5 stars. More impressively, it ranked 5th out of 24 midsize cars on RepairPal, with average annual maintenance costs under $350. In other words, this car didn't just age well, it aged gracefully. Mechanics often note how rust-resistant these models are, and how few serious issues they ever see beyond basic wear and tear. No timing belt failures, no chronic oil leaks, just steady performance year after year. Number 6. Toyota Prius, 2004 to 2009. Before Teslas ruled the highways, one quiet little hybrid was already rewriting the rulebook. The second-generation Toyota Prius, produced from 2004 to 2009, didn't just save gas, it built a cult following around reliability. This was the car that proved hybrids didn't have to be fragile science projects. Beneath its wedge-shaped body sat Toyota's 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine, paired with the now famous hybrid synergy drive system. A combination so efficient it could hit 45 to 50 miles per gallon and still outlast most gasoline-only sedans. Even after 2 decades, you'll still see these Priuses quietly gliding through city traffic, many with 250,000 to 300,000 miles on the original battery pack. And while hybrid batteries usually get a bad reputation for costly replacements, Toyota's design was decades ahead. The nickel metal hydride pack in these years often lasted well beyond 10 years, and replacements have dropped to around $1,200, making them far less scary than people think. When it first launched, even Hollywood took notice. Leonardo DiCaprio famously showed up to the 2008 Oscars in a Prius, and suddenly eco-friendly was cool. But the real reason people kept buying them wasn't celebrity hype, it was dependability. The 2009 model year in particular became a standout, with some of the lowest reported maintenance costs in the hybrid segment and top-tier reliability scores from both Consumer Reports and J.D. Power. Number 5. Lexus ES 300 and ES 330, 2000 to 2006. If the Toyota Camry was the reliable workhorse of the 2000s, then the Lexus ES was its pampered first-class twin that never aged a day. Built between 2000 and 2006, this sedan quietly combined Toyota's bulletproof engineering with Lexus's obsession for perfection, and the result was a luxury car that refuses to quit. The early models, 2000 and 2001 ES 300, came with the same 3.0-liter V6 that powered countless Toyotas, an engine so durable it's practically allergic to breaking down. These were peak over-engineered Lexus years, when every component was built with a level of care that bordered on obsession. Then came the 2002 redesign, introducing a more refined interior, softer ride, and improved insulation that made the cabin whisper quiet at highway speeds. Lexus replaced the 3.0-liter with a 3.3-liter V6 in the later ES 330, adding more power, 225 horsepower, and even fewer reported issues. Even today, owners report 300,000 plus miles on original drivetrains with nothing more than regular maintenance. J.D. Power consistently ranked these models among the top luxury sedans for dependability, and RepairPal still gives them 4.5 out of 5 for long-term reliability. Number 4. BMW 3 Series E46 1999 to 2006. Not many cars can pull off being both fun and reliable, but the BMW 3 Series E46 did it effortlessly. Built from 1999 to 2006, it wasn't just another German luxury car, it was the car that made people fall in love with driving all over again. Ask any enthusiast and they'll tell you, this was the golden era of BMW. The E46 delivered perfect balance, precise steering, near 50-50 weight distribution, and engines so smooth they felt alive. But what really makes it impressive is how many of these cars are still on the road, running strong after 20 years. The most common models use the 2.5-liter and 3.0-liter inline-six engines, engines, part of BMW's legendary M54 family. Engines so well built, they earned a reputation for lasting 300,000 miles with proper care. They ran smooth, made a glorious sound, and had enough torque to make even boring commutes feel like joyrides. Sure, you'll hear people joke that BMW stands for bring more wrenches, but here's the truth. When maintained right, the E46 is rock solid. Its problems, like valve cover gaskets, cooling system parts, or window regulators, are simple, well documented, and cheap to fix compared to modern German cars. In return, you get one of the most timeless designs ever made. Understated, athletic, and perfectly proportioned. Even today, it doesn't look old, it looks classic. Number 3, Honda Accord, 2003 to 2007. If the Civic is Honda's heart, then the 7th generation Accord is its backbone. Reliable, refined, and almost impossible to kill. Built from 2003 to 2007, this generation took everything people loved about Hondas, efficiency, simplicity, and durability, and wrapped it in a car that felt surprisingly upscale for its time. Under the hood, you had two tried and true options. The 2.4-liter K24 inline 4 making 160 horsepower, known for its smooth idle and bulletproof longevity, or the 3.0-liter J30 V6 producing 240 horsepower, silky smooth, and capable of going 300,000 miles if you treated it right. Owners often joke that these cars don't age, they just settle in. Even after decades, the engines start instantly, the transmissions shift cleanly, and the interiors barely rattle. Maintenance costs are low too, roughly $400 per year according to RepairPal, cheaper than some people's monthly car payments. And it wasn't just reliable, it was ahead of its time. This Accord came standard with side curtain airbags, optional navigation, and even electronic stability control, features rare in the mid-2000s. The ride was comfortable, the handling crisp, and the build quality typically Honda, tight, consistent, and made to last. The 2006 model year scored 84 out of 100 in J.D. Power's dependability ratings, and long-term owners routinely report hitting 350,000 miles without a major repair. Number 2, Toyota 4Runner, 2003 to 2009. Some SUVs are built for comfort, others for adventure, but the 4th generation Toyota 4Runner, built from 2003 to 2009, somehow mastered both, and did it with the kind of toughness that makes modern crossovers look like toys. While most SUVs were switching to lighter, car-based platforms, the 4Runner kept it old school with body-on-frame construction, the same setup used in full-size trucks. Combine that with a solid rear axle and coil spring front suspension, and you've got an SUV that could outlast its owners, their kids, and probably their driveway. Under the hood, the 4.0-liter 1GR V6 delivered 245 horsepower and 282 pound-feet of torque, an engine so famously durable that Toyota later reused it in Tacomas, FJ Cruisers, and even some Lexus models. And if that wasn't enough, Toyota offered a 4.7-liter V8 option with 320 pound-feet of torque, built on the same foundation as the Land Cruiser's motor, essentially indestructible. The result? A vehicle that could conquer mountains on weekends and still handle school drop-offs like a luxury SUV. Owners report 4Runners regularly exceeding 350,000 miles, often with their original drivetrain. Off-road enthusiasts love it for its 8-track traction system and available locking center differential, giving it serious capability right out of the box. But even those who never left pavement swear by its dependability. No mystery electronics, no fragile transmissions, just old-fashioned Toyota engineering. Number 1, Lexus LS 430, 2001 to 2006. Some cars are built to impress. The Lexus LS 430, built from 2001 to 2006, was built to last. This was Lexus at its absolute peak, a time when the company's only mission was perfection. Every part of the LS 430 was hand-fitted, over-engineered, and tested to a level that bordered on obsession. And the result? A full-size luxury sedan that's aged like fine wine. Under the hood sits the 4.3-liter 3UZ V8, producing 290 horsepower and a reputation for being one of the smoothest engines ever made. It paired with a 5-speed automatic early on, later upgraded to a 6-speed, delivering buttery shifts and surprising fuel efficiency for its size. But what truly set the LS 430 apart wasn't just power, it was silence. Lexus spent years perfecting its sound insulation, even using the same anechoic chambers used in recording studios to tune cabin acoustics. At highway speeds, you could whisper to your passenger and still be heard clearly. Inside, it came with luxury features that felt futuristic for the time: ventilated seats, adaptive cruise control, air suspension, keyless entry, navigation, and yes, even a refrigerator in the back seat. Yet somehow, despite all that tech, the car refused to break. According to JD Power, the 2006 LS 430 scored an incredible 95 out of 100 for reliability, one of the highest ratings ever given to a luxury car.